Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. So in this video I'll show you how I use this leftover fabric to make a beautiful short dress. So I folded my fabric into two. The fabric I have here is less than 1 yard. I folded it into 2 equal half, and then I folded again using my hip measurements. Okay, so this fabric has been folded into 4 parts because we'll cut both the front and the back panel of this outfit together. So I marked the shoulder line, which will serve as a guide for other measurements. So because this is going to be a crisscross or a sleeve dress, I'm going to place my measuring tape from 4.5 inches, as you can see here, and I marked my armhole line, and I marked my waistline, and I also marked my hip line, leaving the measuring tape from that 4.5 inches. So we are cutting in form of off shoulder. Okay, so that's what I am doing right now, and I connected the points I have with my straight ruler. So this is me just trying to use another color of chalk to make sure you see what I'm doing clearly. After marking all of that, on the shoulder line I'm going to mark my shoulder measurement divided by 4, which is 7 inches. I'm going to mark that on the armhole line as well, the bust line as well, and I'm going to connect from the bust line down to the shoulder line. On the bust line I'll mark my bust measurement divided by 4, and then I'll connect that down to the shoulder line measurement. On my waistline I'll mark my shoulder measurement divided by 4, and on my hip line I'll mark my hip measurement divided by 4. Notice that I did not add any seam allowance to this because I'm using a stretchy fabric. If you're not using a stretchy fabric, you might need to add your seam allowance, and you might also need to add a zipper to your dress, but this is a stretchy fabric. I didn't need to do all of that. So I connected all of the points I made, and I'm going to just connect from the hip down to the hemline, removing 1.5 inches on the hemline side. Okay, now that we have all the measurements out, we are going to cut this pattern and have our front and our back panel. Okay, so this is just a very simple dress, and it's a way for you to use your leftover fabric. Like I said, this fabric is less than 1 yard, and I'm just going to use it to make this beautiful simple short dress. Okay, so after cutting out my pattern, this is what I have on my fabric. 2 pieces, one for the front and one for the back. Okay, so this is what I have. So if you followed everything I did, you should have something like this as well. So what I'm going to do now is to measure the upper part like this, and I'm going to use the measurement I have to cut out an interfacing that I'm going to use to turn out the neckline. Okay, so this is what I have. This interfacing is 2 inches in width, and the length is what I have on my shoulder. Okay, so I did the same for both the front and the back piece of my dress. I'm just going to take it to the sewing machine and stitch this to the next side to turn out the neck of our dress. Once I'm done doing that, I'm going to also stitch the sides. Okay, I'm going to close the 2 sides of the dress. This is a very simple tutorial, very simple, beginners friendly tutorial. So after doing that, I have this for my dress. Okay, the sides have been closed and the shoulder line has been turned inside out. It's looking very clean and neat. So I cut out a long strap that I'm going to use for the sleeve. Okay, I'm going to put, not like the sleeve, but I'm going to be attaching it to the shoulder. It's going to form like a strap for the shoulder. Okay, so I'm going to turn it inside out, okay, using my safety pin. I've shown you how to do this several times, and I hope you know how to do this by now. So I'm just turning this inside out so that I can reveal the front side of the strap. And if you want yours to be a crisscross strap, I'm going to show you how you're going to achieve the crisscross. Okay, so on the back panel, you're going to place the strap on one side of the back panel. Okay, and then you place the other one on the other side of the front panel. I'm going to explain that better, but first let me turn out the second strap that I will be using for this dress. So if you want yours to be a crisscross dress, if you want the back to have a cross, you are going to place the strap just like this, okay, on the back side. Just gonna pin it like this, and you take the other strap, you pin it to the front of the other side, okay. So you pin on the back, you pin it, and you pin the other one on the opposite side of the front, okay. So that has been attached to the back, and the other side attached to the front. And the other one, the next one, I'll place it on the other side of the back and then bring it to the other side of the front. So basically that's how you can achieve a crisscross back. I don't know why that pin refused to work, but I had to change it. So this is basically how you can achieve a crisscross back. You can see it's very simple. All you have to do is to take it to the sewing machine now and stitch on the parts where you pinned. You can open the interfacing and place the strap inside, in between the interfacing and the main fabric, okay. So this is how you achieve your crisscross back. But for mine, I do not want a crisscross back. So this is what I want for mine. I just want the strap to be long, just from front down to the back and from on the two sides. I do not want to have any form of crisscross, okay. So what I did was to go in from the armhole side. I reduced it. I'm going to measure what I have to show you, okay. So for the back, I ended up using 7 inches when it's open, and for the front I use 8 inches when it's opened, as you can see. And the next thing I want to do is to fold the armhole like this inwards on the two sides, and I'm going to attach the strap to it like this, stitch that, and I'm going to take it to the front and I'm going to stitch it as well. So this is what I have, very simple, but you can also do yours with a crisscross if that's what you want, but this is what I want for mine. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. It's a very simple one. Like I said, I'm just going to throw it on to show you how it fits perfectly well on my body, okay. So this is me showing you how the dress looks on my body. I hope you enjoyed watching. I hope you plan on recreating this. This is a very simple tutorial, okay. Thank you so much for watching this video. Until I see you again in my next video, to have an amazing morning, afternoon or evening wherever you're watching me from. Bye.